Okay, for the following exercise, this will be chapter 3 of your book, and we're gonna do circles and elliptical shapes. Okay, so 3 on your book. We are going to find out, and what we're gonna do this time, we are going to draw this bottle. Okay, so it's not too large, although this might be larger than is needed right now, but just to have an idea how will this form will project into a perspective. For that, I'm going to use the underlay that we previously had, the one we used to find the second vanishing point. I double the size. You can apply the double the size by doubling the vertical that is closer to you, all right? And then start building. Or you can apply finding the center on this, and then after you find the center, go with the vertical. It's gonna be somewhere here, and then you do another line from this corner, and in this case, from this corner, passing through that point all the way up. And what you're gonna have a cube that is twice as the size that the one you already had in perspective. I'm gonna put this aside so it won't bother me to turn it every time. And I have the same form right here, okay? And what I just did in all different colors, I found all the centers on each one of the faces. For example, the center of the red one is the front, the yellow one is the top, one side is blue, one side is green, the back is purple, and the bottom is brown. So, and after that, what I did, I found the center going through the center, and let me put it over here. And what I did, let me tape this so they won't move, because this is gonna be my base to start putting my jar onto perspective. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there, and pretty much what you have now is a lot of lines, but the very valid ones are the overall measurement. And now we have the minor axis, that's the center, and the major axis for the circles will be the ones that go from center to the size. Okay, so it's pretty much there in all the planes. And then I did one extra plane that was kind of the top of the box that we had before, just so I won't forget exactly where that center also is. And as you can see, goes through the red one, and the red one is the front one. Okay, now after I have all this, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna put another piece. I'm not gonna use this for anything but just an underlay, so I won't ruin it. I can use it over and over again. I'm gonna put another piece of tracing paper on top, and I'm gonna tape the paper to the other papers. Now, keep in mind, don't tape the paper to the table. That way you can move it around, and it makes it much easier when you're doing lines, that you can move, you know, freely. When I did this, yes, I did it on the with the T-square, you know, and all the instruments, just to come out with the complete correct underlay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick, normally I will use my H, but it's gonna be maybe too light for you to see it on the video, so I'm going to use my HB, all right? I'm gonna have my eraser just in case. Remember, we try not to erase as much as we can until the end, and then by the time we finish, we're gonna do with a medium or a small pen, where you're gonna just come out with the underlay. So the first thing that I have to look in my bottle is that, you know, it goes kind of the maximum width is somewhere in here on the third part of the bottle. The smallest is on the cap, and then anywhere in between is this one. But the first one I'm going to do is the bottom one. Now remember the rule, we divide the diagonals, and in this case the bottom, in 3, okay? And kind of there. You can measure with a ruler if you want to, but you know, for the purpose of the video, I don't want to take so much time. And remember, I'm going to touch here, 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 and here. And I'm going to go through my SIR, all right? And as I say, you can do this by turning the paper. It's easier. Don't worry about it. You can go many, many times over, all right? This one's a little bit off there, okay? The point is that the circle become an elliptical shape, and the closer it is to the ground, the more round you will see it because it's below your eyes, okay? I'm gonna do the same. Now, as I go approaching the horizon line, the circle is gonna become more elliptical. So let me divide this one here, and I show you how that goes in there. Okay, I'm gonna touch here, 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 and there, and I'm gonna go third right here. So that one, this one, this one. Now I'm just trying to come out with elliptical shape on the top. And after I do all that, I'm just gonna go over, as you can see. Just go over, don't be afraid. This is not the final. And I'm not erasing everything, I'm not using the templates. And then from this, I can go up. And from here, I can just go up. Okay, and let me show you. I'm gonna probably have to fold this in here to make it easier. So the only thing I did is pretty much the form, you know, where my bottle should fit. Now, if you look at it, you will see that the bottom is much rounder than the top, okay? And I did it on purpose. This example is probably too small to notice that really well. And what I want you to do is keep an eye on the middle, okay? And we're gonna start. So I can put another piece of paper, maybe I can do that. I'm gonna put a tape in this one. And I'm gonna start sketching, okay? So the top and the bottom, remember it's not the widest part, it's smaller, so I'm just gonna go a little bit tinier, keeping an eye on all the distance between my circle and the circle that has previously been drawn, okay? Now, we said about third up, and if I measure here, this is the center, and somewhere in here is probably the widest, and the widest is gonna go from side to side, remember, from this to that, okay? I can do many of this, and this one is slightly, not so round like this one, but not so flat like that one. And then I have, you know, the edge and the curve, and it's somewhere, I will say I'm right here, probably. And there's another one. I'm just gonna do as many as I can use to guide my eyes. I'm not gonna get out of these two limits, okay? Most likely I'm gonna need another pen because that one, it needs some adjustment. So now that I have all that, I'm gonna show you. The only thing I did, I just play with the curves. Now I can see them. Maybe this one needs a little bit more adjustment. And this one was the widest. And this one is probably slightly less than this one. Now this one is somewhere in there, okay? No, pretty much I have the shape. Now just to start shaping up. My form. Okay. I'm just keeping the paper free and I'm gonna start cleaning. So I have the cup. I have this in here. Then I have the little beak. Then the neck, and immediately start going on the form. I'm just keeping an eye maybe it's a little bit skinnier on the top. Kind of helps that I can turn the paper and I can look at the form a few times from, I think it's a little bit skinnier here. Okay, but when you have all those lines and those reference, it's easier to kind of visualize your object. Okay, so I'm gonna, just to save some time, I'm gonna put the handle, and the handle, as you can see, it's not all the way to the middle, but it's a little bit higher. I'm gonna go a few times playing with the form of the handle. Okay, and just like that. And I'm gonna also make the olive, you know, the design that it has. I think it helps with the form. And it has a couple of olives in there. Now I put the last piece of paper. I take a good look at it, and I kind of know where I'm going to mark and clean my object. Now keep in mind, this really takes much practice, and because of the video, you know, I have to do it as fast as I can to keep it short. Oops. When I run out of room, what do? I just lift the pen. I think probably I will need one more to get rid of this one. So maybe I'll put one more piece of paper and just to gain some time, I'm not gonna tape it. And remember, this is just the underlay. When you do the final one, you can still have one more chance to fix any kind of form. That will be your final, okay? And you can dress up and do, you know, put anything you want to into it.